up on the count, baby. Way you walk, the way you used to kiss me. Na na na. All right. Enough yapping. Enough jamming out. Okay. Trade review on the day, babies. Freaking banged one today, boys. Freaking got one. All right. My camera's tweaking. Freak this. All right. Review. So, what was my initial bias into the day? And we'll get into my W5R trade I took. So, we internal sweep of liquidity here, and then we had a resweep. And I was looking to rebalance an inefficiency. So, that means we're going back into a fair value gap. So, my first bias was bullish, looking to rebalance into the fair value gap and then continue towards the downside to our actual draw. Freaking played out perfectly today. Like, my bias has been freaking spot on as heck. So if your bias is spot on, your trade's going to be good because you're playing alongside the direction. So manipulation, then we had a resweep of the manipulation. And this is where I go down looking for my trade. And super simple trade today. Nothing too crazy. I was actually trading in bed, so I was just on my laptop. I didn't have all my stuff pulled up, so I wasn't aware of any SMTs. But I do think we had one with ES initially, and then we just swept it. So we swept this liquidity pool. Already swept a bullish liquidity pool, so we're looking for a rebalance of this 1 hour gap. So dip down, inverse this fair value gap, and then I look for any open fair value gap to take a continuation trade off of because we're getting a lot of momentum. We have this fair value gap to take a continuation trade off of. Dip back into it. Bang, grab a long there for 5R. We had a 20-point stop. And as the candle started buying up, I limit ordered on the upper part of that fair value gap. We shot up, and that was my trade. I pretty much banged at this. So I trailed to 5R here. We ran up, and then I stopped me out here. So happy on the day. Secured quite a bit of money on the eval. Going to run it up and pass it. Because on my last eval, when I got the 2K, some rebuild crap happened, and it pretty much reset my balance, and I crashed out. So this one, we're going to get to funded, and then go on from there and scale some more counts. But yeah, 5R, any other potential trades we have. Once we balanced and ran into the inefficiency, we hit the CE of the 1 hour gap. It had an internal sweep. Soup here, this was another valid trade, 950. And then we also had the 944, which if you're following the order liquidity with this, where it's just a resweep. So we had the resweep in order to run lower. So if you did take the 944, you could have gotten break even on it if you're lucky, and then, or just a little stop out, and then you would take the 950 and be looking for this resting liquidity below here. Really banger day, pretty easy. We also had this later in the day, the start of another buy program. What was this? The way you walk, the way you understand me. This was 11:14. Let me double check that real quick. So if we have our macro. No, freaking no macro. Dang it. But likewise, still a good start of a buy program there. Yeah, really only 2 valid trades would have been this continuation. And did that maybe that freaking manipulated liquidity pool? Let's see. I don't know. It's too far out. I gotta go in the 1 hour. I don't know if there's anything here, but if there was a manipulation of the liquidity pool, then you could have taken this 931 here, which is risky because we initially were bearish. So I would rather wait for confirmation once we got with this 1 hour IFEG to a rebalance of the 1 minute, and boom, bang, that got around 995 on the count on my alpha 0, which is a 0 consistency eval. Yeah, pretty good. Not much else to explain. Let me drop my range down just so you can see the actual price action play out here, because I had a 729 in just for the higher time frame. So boom, super easy. We hit the low, expand, rebalance at the EQ level. That's where I take my long. We also then hit the high extension, and this is where you can take potential shorts, which also would have banged today, even if you got to fill below that liquidity pool. Gonna have like a 30 points and freaking bang some trades there. So great opportunities throughout the day. Not a bad Thursday. Rest of the day we kind of chop. Actually, we do continue lip dropping for quite a bit of time. So honestly, if you caught high of the session here, that would have been, it's more than you needed to bang the rest of the day. But all you need is one piece of the pie. I'm not looking for, top tick, bottom ticks. I don't have to take those. I'm just looking to cut my piece of the pie and stay profitable and make money. That is all I'm doing. So yeah, boys, that's the recap. I'll stop yapping and y'all have a great day.